Library with Marsha and Adrian, brought to you by the Bedford Branch of the Monroe County Library in Monroe County, Michigan.
My question thing won't load.
To them, I do like chair drumming, chair yoga, things like that at different places. So I just kind of do whatever they want. I have a program that I do at Aspen Grove called Music Memories with Marsha. They love that. I pull up my laptop and I just pull up old videos. Yeah. And they love that too. So I kind of do a little bit of everything. On our job description, there's a spot at the bottom that said other duties is assigned.
Yeah, I think everything has it.
Yes.
Now.
So we all, you're plunging a toilet, whatever. Other duties is assigned. That's that's how it goes. So.
Okay.
So about 30 seconds.
Clap.
What?
You're not going to do your clap?
Oh, I will.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time.
I know.
I'm having a hard time waking up this morning. It's because baby girl decided she was going to come up and kick me in the face at 2 a.m.
How old?
3.
Oh, yeah, that's a good kick.
All right. Welcome to In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian. And today we have with us special guest
Celia Apodaca from the Bedford Senior Community Center.
Welcome, Celia. And what do you do?
I am the executive director there, so I wear a lot of hats. Day-to-day operations, marketing and outreach, and a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yep. Coming up with fun things for
events
them to do.
And activities,
yes,
planning. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, wonderful. I think you're off and running. I've heard wonderful things and great things about you, and it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Yeah, some of the things too. And I was also going to talk about the Meals on Wheels that you guys do too. Are you still looking for volunteers for that, or are you set with that?
We are always looking for volunteers for the Meals on Wheels program. We have drivers, we have what we call runners, who are the passengers with our drivers, and they run up when they get to the house and, deliver the meal. But yes, we are always looking for volunteers for that. We operate that Monday through Friday. We ask that you come in around 10 o'clock in the morning. You're usually done with your route between 12 and 12:30. So it's 2 hours, whether it's one day a week or a couple times a month. It doesn't matter to us.
Right. You could get on a schedule or you could be a sub. I think, do you still do that as substitution?
We do have subs. Mm-hmm. Yep. So in order to do that, you would just either call up to the senior center or swing by and talk to Julie Scout, my office assistant, who kind of oversees that program and schedule.
It's such a wonderful thing. I see your deliveries at different places, like I just mentioned, the Luther House, and they or different lots of places, but they'll always say, oh, and the food is so delicious. It's homemade and delicious. And a lot of times they'll get it for lunch and then they'll say, like, I saved my Swedish meatballs for dinner. It's such a great program. It really is. So many people love it. It's great. It's great if you deliver. It's great if you get it. So I just wanted to touch on that too. I forgot to ask you about that.
No, that's fine. And I think the Meals on Wheels program, if you don't know about it, it's more than just dropping off a meal to our clients that are in need of that. Our drivers, some of them have been around for 20 years doing Meals on Wheels. So they form relationships and friendships with these people that receive our meals, and they really do become like family. And it's really critical for socialization. A lot of times our homebound seniors that are receiving the meals, maybe their family is out of state or out of town and they can't really get out to socialize. So oftentimes that connection with their Meals on Wheels driver and runner is the only socialization they get every day.
Right. It's very important.
It's very, very important. There's just so many stories out there.
Yeah, it is. It's just it's a great program. I mean, I didn't want to dominate about that, but I wanted to remember to ask about it because also you do lunches there at the center too.
Yes.
I don't know if you want to talk about that and who's eligible or when it is and things like that.
So we serve the 55 and up mature population, and we serve lunch every day, Monday through Friday, from 11:30 to 12:15. We do ask that you call into the senior center by 10:30 that day so that we can get a head count. So our awesome kitchen team and cooks can, make sure we always have plenty, but make sure we can feed everybody. That is a $3 donation request. But if for some reason you can't, we're not going to turn you away for that.
Sure.
And they're right. We make our meals every day.
They're delicious.
Fresh out of the kitchen. And between our Meals on Wheels clients and our congregate lunches, we are serving an average of about 180 people every day.
Oh yeah, and it's delicious. And if you're there, they have the, it's the tableware, the nice, the plates. It's very homey and cozy and social there too. They get their seats early. They stay and play games. They play euchre. They play bingo. That's also very important for social, besides being just delicious and home cooked too.
Yeah.
Do you have a burning question in between? He always asks the really deep questions. I like just go with, the things, and he has these really.
What is your go-to movie or book?
Oh, that's a big question for me because I have a few of them.
Oh, good. Okay.
So I would say my favorite classic movie would be either Gone with the Wind or Casablanca. Mm-hmm. But, I love Star Wars too. And I like action movies like Rocky, and I like them all.
That's how I feel. I always feel like I need categories. Like,
right.
I need to give my favorite of each. I need a category. But those are
pretty...
I
like things like, Shawshank Redemption.
Those are my favorites too. I love it. These are all my, those have hit my high ones too.
Books. In my younger years, I was an avid Stephen King reader. Then I switched to Dean Koontz, and now now I'm a Patterson. I read a lot.
That's all the stuff I love too. I've got new authors for you because we read the same things too. Also, if you were or are an avid Stephen King reader, you might know that The Shawshank Redemption was penned by Stephen King. A lot of people don't know that, so I love that you knew both because people will say, "Oh, I don't like Stephen King; he's scary," but then they turn around and love The Shawshank Redemption. So just to show his range, that's a fun fact I like to share.
Yeah,
but I love that you knew that too. That's wonderful. Okay, so then a couple of things I wanted to talk about too were the RSVP program. I don't know, we were talking earlier before we started recording that we have a lot of crossovers. A lot of our volunteers here that use RSVP are also, people that come down to the senior center. So we have a great group of volunteers, and we actually have, they can fill out forms here and drop them off as well.
Oh, that's good to know.
Okay, well, I didn't know you didn't know that. Okay, that's wonderful. I thought maybe you were sending them down, so that's wonderful.
So, so a lot of our volunteers, not just Meals on Wheels, but I have volunteers that operate our phones during the day. They are part of the RSVP program. And so RSVP is Retired Seniors Volunteer Program. And it's a wonderful program that gives retired seniors, whether you're 55 and retired or 70 and retired, again, just another opportunity to continue to participate and give back to the community in a variety of ways. And so a lot of our drivers and volunteers at the senior center as well are part of that RSVP program.
Wonderful. And some of ours too. Some people that work, they'll maybe work a blood drive or work in our friends' room. So a lot of those seniors are also through RSVP that partner here at the library. So we also welcome volunteers.
Awesome.
Or local history room. I think some of those are from RSVP too. That's his domain. Do you have another burning question?
Sure. Yellow or green?
Yellow.
Why?
Orange is my favorite color, and that's the closest to it.
I like it. Nice and bright.
It's bright and sunny. Yeah.
I love it. That's great.
Do you think pizza tastes better round or square?
There's not a pizza that I don't like.
Fair enough.
We're soulmates. Same. There's no such thing as a bad pizza.
Right.
Square pizzas make me think of school cafeteria.
Oh,
really, a little bit. Takes me back to my school days of square pizzas.
How do you cook your eggs?
Over easy.
Over easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those like that too, except I always break them. So sadly, they become...
I prefer bacon over sausage, in case you were wondering.
I love that extra credit. Right. Little extra info here. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I also see you have your calendar out in front of you. I wasn't sure. Are you going to share some events or dates coming up?
If you don't mind.
No, please do.
Every month we do a couple things. So every month we have a volunteer of the month. We have so many volunteers that besides our RSVP volunteers that just help around the center in general. So we do that once a month. We are very appreciative of all of our veterans. And so once a month we honor a veteran of the month. And so that's always a special day. This upcoming Wednesday, it'd be March 29th, is National Vietnam Veterans Day. And President Obama had declared it a national holiday back during his presidency. But a lot of people actually don't know about it. So the Honor Guard will be coming to do a special presentation over lunch that day. And if you are a veteran of the Vietnam War and you come in for lunch at the Senior Center on the 29th, lunch will be on us as a way to thank our veterans. So
That's
We've
wonderful.
got that coming up. We always have a guest speaker at least once a month, sometimes 2 or 3 times a month. We just have a lot of fun at the Senior Center. We have a variety of activities. We offer exercise classes 4 days a week, but then we have games like Marsha mentioned earlier. In the afternoons, we have bingo and bunko and euchre.
Because they are serious about getting those tables set up.
Yes,
You gotta get them ready ahead of time and get those. I mean, I love it, but it's great. Yeah.
And we have a fabulous quilt group that meets on Thursdays from 9 to 3 up in our quilt room. The Scrappy Quilters. They are just the best group of ladies. And they do a lot of things kind of on the down low for the community that a lot of people don't realize. So we've got that going on.
Are you still doing like the blood pressure screenings and things too? How often
We
is
do.
that? I wasn't sure.
I've got a volunteer that comes in, and she does that the first and third Wednesday of the month over lunch.
Perfect. That's what I
So she
thought.
was just here.
Wonderful.
And so we've got that.
It is.
Just
There's
going
al-
on.
Yeah, there's always something. So yeah, so anyone is welcome to come and to join. If you're 55 and older, you're
Yes.
welcome to. And call ahead, let them know if they can make you an extra plate or have a place prepared.
Yep. And you don't have to be a member of the Senior Center to come check us out.
That's what I was going to ask
Yeah.
about membership. So did you talk about that at all, or what's the
Membership for us is, if you're a Michigan resident, is $18 for the year. If you're in Ohio, Lucas County, it's $20 for the year.
Oh.
So, but you don't, like I said, you don't have to be a member to come check us out. Just come and have a meal, or if there's something on our calendar you're interested in, just pop over and check it out. You can find our newsletter, which is bi-monthly. So right now, the March and April newsletter is the one that's out. And you can find that on our website. We have a Facebook page, which is growing exponentially, which is awesome to see. So you can check us out on Facebook also.
That's wonderful. Those are wonderful things. That's what and even those membership dues are very reasonable and very wonderful. But I knew there was a membership, but I also knew that you were like, come and see what we have.
So like there's many perks to the membership. We hold special events that are members only. We also do events that are for the public, or open to the public also. But like we do a birthday celebration once a month over lunch, and if you're a member, Shinkles Flowers donates carnations for our members, so they get that. You get your lunch for free that day, and we just do some fun little extra things. So
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, definitely worth it. It's it's definitely worth a visit for sure, and certainly a membership. It's a wonderful place. They are fun, and they're very welcoming. It's just a wonderful place to go. I think what you're doing is great.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are not, we are a very active senior center. We're not fuddy-duddy.
Well, and I just asked you about bus trips. I know COVID.
yeah.
COVID made it hard on a lot of things. I mean, I'm
very
picturing the prior to COVID, because for a while it was like nobody could come in, and then you were closed, and then you were open. Like, so it's been then it was closed down again. So it's been really, I feel like, are you operating at full capacity now? You don't really have restrictions. You're open your regular hours.
Yes, we are open full capacity.
Okay.
Monday through Friday, 8 to 3:30.
Okay. And should I talk
Trips
about-
we got back going this year finally.
Yay.
That took some time, but we've got 3 trips coming up. We have a Washington D.C. trip coming up. We have a Chattanooga trip coming up, and Holly Dolly Christmas down in the Smokies will be coming up later in the fall. So, but that's open for registration currently. So again, you'd have to stop into the senior center to pick up information and then make a deposit if it's something you're interested in. So
Of course. So seats still available for all of those upcoming
Yes,
trips?
we
Okay,
do have
wonderful.
seats
So
available
so
for
reach
that
out to the
still.
senior center or to you for more information. Wonderful. Any more burning questions from you?
Yes. Is Steve a better name for a cat or a dog?
dog.
Okay.
I love that she has you have answers as if you prepared for these questions, which is great. He always throws me off with them. Steve.
Last question.
Yes.
Sure.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No.
You're ready for the snow to be done?
We really haven't had that much, so that's okay. I prefer the sand.
Sand or snow? That's a great question.
Yeah.
How funny. Well, I've shared some of our flyers and our upcoming events with you that might be of interest to, and I love when you said the mature adults. That's not us, Adrian. We're not mature adults. Almost,
Right.
we're almost, but not yet. But some of the things coming up, one of the things that's interesting, and I thought you might want to be a part of this as well, and I think I shared it with you, is Adrian is doing the oral history project for COVID-19.
Okay.
Where you share your experiences. I guess I could let you talk. It's your show.
I mean, you could, but it's really the Marsha show. But
Yeah, so we're doing an oral history project. We're inviting people from Bedford and the surrounding community to come in, speak about their experiences prior to, during, and then post lockdowns, just sharing their experiences for posterity.
Sure. And he's a great interviewer. I've done mine already, and he does a really good job. He has some questions prepared, and he prompts. It was good. It kind of prompts some things that I hadn't thought about in years or in a long time, and then just some changes that have come about. I think it's a great program.
Thus far, it's also very safe. Thus far, we've had a 78% survival rate. So
from recording this, so don't worry,
That's
it's very
great.
safe.
That's great.
And is this one yours too? Do you want to talk about this?
Tuesday, April 11th, from 6 to 8 p.m., the Bedford History Series welcomes Holocaust survivor Irene Miller. Come hear about her experiences in a Siberian labor camp.
She's been here before. She's great. I thought
Sounds
maybe they would
really
be interested. Yeah, she is
interesting.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And some of these, I think I shared this with you at the trade fair, but I also want to share it for our listeners. We have our display case available. If you've not been in the building before, I'll show it to you for sure. I didn't really highlight this yet. So we have a display case that we often feature programs or holidays or different events coming up, but we're trying to make it more community involved. So if you want a shelf, a section, if you have something coming up like one of your trips maybe, or if you want to promote the senior center and you want to join or be a part of our display case, the lovely ladies, Robin over there, the lovely ladies are in charge of our display case. And so we want to make sure that the community knows. We want them to come and, advertise their business or promote something they have coming up. So keep us in mind. I might have given you one of those already, but I wanted to remind you about that for sure too. And then also for the month of April, we have National Poetry Month contest. I don't know if you have any poets. If you want to go ahead and promote this too for the whole month of April, all ages. You can submit a poem. It can be an original work. It can be something you just penned for this. We do have prizes. So if anyone is interested, please, by all means, submit your poem the whole month of April to the Bedford Library.
One of the prizes may or may not be a dog named Steven. No promises. The Historical Society of Bedford will have their monthly meeting featuring speaker Al Pryor on April 3rd from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Bedford Branch Library. Come, listen to Al.
And I saw this these have been recently printed too. The Michigan Adventure Pass, the maps. These are another great thing. If you go to our website, ours is mymcls.com, and you go on here with a library card, you can get either discount or free admission to assorted museums all around Michigan.
Oh, wow.
So as you plan your spring break trips or as you plan your summer vacations, and you maybe want to look ahead and see what museums, if you guys are going somewhere locally, as a trip or together, you could certainly get some, print out some discounted or free coupons for different locations, different museums. Okay?
If I could make one special announcement. Coming at the end of April, we'll have the Bedford Library's inaugural film festival competition. It's a one-weekend competition where you receive your prompts and some other materials on Friday, April 28th. Then you will have Saturday and Sunday to create a short film, which will be then shown May 13th at the community room.
Sorry about that. What are the ages for that?
It's open to all ages.
All ages. So if anybody wants to create a film, I also thought about our chess club every Tuesday here from 2:30 to 6. We have a chess club for all ages.
Okay.
So some people are really serious and bring in their sets. It was actually very, you had a nice turnout again last week, I think.
It's always a nice turnout when you're playing chess.
It sure is. Is there anything else you'd like to share? Share about the senior center, about yourself?
I really just think, post-COVID, like you said, it was slow to start. And so it's just really amazing to see all the life that has been breathed back into the senior center from all our members. And it's really awesome to see it running.
I agree.
Full
I'd say the same thing about
capacity.
here. Mm-hmm.
And, the staff is amazing there. They've all been there for many years, most of them. And they're just dedicated and
And they're so helpful. They know exactly what's going on. If you stop in, they'll be able to say what they can answer your questions very easily. They're very approachable for sure. And I feel the same way about this place. It felt like it was kind of slow going and slow start, and people were very tentative in the beginning. But I'm with you. I love it. I feel like people have been hungry for it.
Well, and it just feels like it's got a heartbeat again.
Yes.
And every day, and it's really a great place to be. Whether you're working there, it doesn't feel like work. We're just coming in for an activity or meal or the day.
Yeah.
And it's just a great place to be.
Yeah, so check it out. Check out the Bedford Senior Center. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. Do you have a trivia question or any?
Last week, I asked you, in what sport could you win a Heisman Trophy? The Heisman Trophy is won in football.
Football question.
Well, now, this one don't answer out loud. This one he's going to ask for next week.
Okay, so for those of you who want to leave something in the comments, in the animated film Finding Nemo, what sort of fish is Nemo? If you know the answer, leave it in the comments down below. If not, tune in next week. This has been In the Library with
Marsha
and Adrian and special guest
Celia.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This has been In the Library with Marsha and Adrian. Our opening and closing track is Off to Osaka by Kevin MacLeod, used with Creative Commons permissions.